Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's pre-meet interview. I'm here with head men's and women's track coach Anthony Drealan. Coach and his track squad will be split up this week, as some will be heading to Northern State, where others will be heading down to University of South Dakota. So, Coach, you guys have the NSA Multi-Event Championships coming up this week at Northern. Who competes in those events, and what should we expect to see?
So we got 3 athletes competing in the multi-championships this year. We got the Roberts men, Trojan and Caleb Roberts on the men's side competing in the decathlon. And then Fane, our young athlete from Fiji, is competing in the women's heptathlon. And so we're excited for them to do this first part of our conference championships and see how it goes. So Trojan should have a good chance of winning it.
Oh, wow.
And qualifying for nationals, coming off of the All-American performance indoors. He should be even stronger in the outdoor championships. This is Caleb's first full decathlon, and so he's progressed immensely this year, and in his various events has gotten a lot stronger. So we're looking for him to score some points at the conference level as well, and have a good debut for his decathlon. And then Fane was a junior college All-American in this event last year's. And so she has really been progressing well these past few weeks. She's dealt with some injury stuff this year and had a hamstring thing a few weeks ago, but has really been rounding into form. Last week set PRs in the hurdles and in the shot put, and so excited to see what she can do and put it all together. And she's going to be really strong, next year in this as well, and in the years to come too. So excited for all 3 of them, and honestly, it's going to be a great kickoff to our conference championships, which obviously the rest of it's a month away. So.
Well, yeah. Well, all the other sports are starting to wind down with their seasons. However, you guys almost have more than a month left, including the NAI championships. How big a role does fatigue play in your guys' season?
It can play a big role if you're really not managing the athlete's training and performances well. And so this sport is really about figuring out how hard to push your athletes and figure out the right balance of volume and intensity. Whether Coach Glover is having his athletes really increase the amount of throws that they're doing, or whether our sprinting coaches, Coach Hauge and Coach Williams, are managing how much volume they're doing running. And so for every event, it's about making sure that you're doing enough to cause a new stimulus, and you get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit more coordinated.
Right.
But also make sure that it's not above and beyond, and you see that physical or psychological breakdown. And the year gets long with competitive opportunities, and even there too, it's really about balancing how much we have our athletes race and help them feel as strong as they can towards the end of the season. And so that's why sometimes our athletes will occasionally feel like we're holding them back, and it's for good reason. It's because it's a long year, and it's about being at your best in the middle and the end of the season, and not getting to this point in the year and being like, wow, I'm really tired. I'm just ready for the year to be done. So it's it's a sport where you really have to manage the athletes' fatigue and their ability to peak at the right time very carefully. Otherwise, you get to the end of the year and your performances suffer.
So, last little question for you. So, out of any sport, what is your favorite professional sport team?
From a standpoint of true professional sports teams, probably the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Being from Minnesota and still watching some football. Big Minnesota fan for all the sports, and so that's probably my main go-to. But if I'm going to watch a sporting event on TV, it's going to be something track related, honestly.
Fair enough,
and
yeah.
so anything with regards to that, even though it's not an organized team, is probably going to draw my attention first. So you find streams from all over the world of various meets, and it's fun watching that, or watching college stuff too. So that's where I'd go with that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. We always appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come answer some questions for us. Thank you guys very much for watching.